welcome back to another Archicad speed modeling tutorial by ASM Techbase. My name is Carsten MD. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel to get notified when a new video is out by clicking on the little bell. And every so often, if you really like a video, please click the like button, because this will put up my ranking on YouTube and help other Archicad users too. Okay, let's get started with the Hearst Tower in New York. I've got an image here from the web, and to work out what we have to do, let's zoom in a little bit. So I obviously just estimate the size, but if you look at this, I will go with about 30 meters to 40 meters. So it's 10, 20, 30, and here we do 4 pieces, 10, 20, 30, 40. Height-wise, you can see that the levels have 1, 2, 3, 4 levels in between before you have a horizontal column or beam in there. So that's what I think I should do to model this up. So if I look into my story settings, what I did is from the ground to first level, which is this one here, I just estimated 9 meters. And then those 4 stories in between, I estimated them at 3.5 meters. Great, so if I go from here to here, so like horizontal to horizontal, it's 4 times 3.5, that's 14 meters. Great, I cancel out of here, and the first thing we got to do is obviously we start modeling the outside beams and columns that are sort of diagonal. To do this, I can actually use a curtain wall for this, so let me show you what I'm doing. To start up with, just choose a default curtain wall frame and we open the tool. Okay, I've got this in here. If I go to the scheme first, as we said, we do have 30 meters by 40 divided into pieces of 10 meters each. So what I like to do is with the width, I have to do 5 meters times 2. So in Australia we have 5,000 millimeters, we work in millimeters. So I'm just adding another one. Let me plus this. So that's another 5 meters. The height here, so 14, because those are the 4 stories I have in between the horizontal beams, as I just mentioned before. Next step is you just click on one of those and you add a diagonal frame, to add a crossing frame. So let me go from this one that way, and from here I'm going that way. The next options we have to do is are the frames. For the frames, we don't really need a corner frame. So what you do is here, corner frame, you just say invisible. Do I need a boundary frame? Yes, I do need a boundary frame. Mullion? No, I don't need a mullion. So let me go on invisible. That leaves us with the boundary frame and the transom frame. That's great. The sizes, let me have a look here. I go actually, click in here, and you can choose a couple of them, but I went with built-in frame, which is the default setting. And I'm going with a size of 300 millimeters, and we go 200 deep. And an offset of 50 for the glass is 150 here. We could do this, yeah, look, I think that's pretty good, the default setting here. Now make sure you override some of the surfaces. I don't override all of it because otherwise, oh, actually I could for beam. Let's override this surface and we do metal iron. Great, I'll do the same one for the transom frame. So you click in here, make sure, yes, built-in frame, that's good. So we go 300 and we go 200 and 150, and we override the material to metal iron. Now I want to add this to a layer, and I'm going with, let's go with window frame. And before I go, that's also important here. Yes, 1400, that is good. To project 0 or to current story, which is 0. Okay, let me draw this from here to here. and we just have a look how that looks. So we got this here. You can see already I need to lower this by 150. See? So let me go exit, and we can do this in here. We can go and say I want to have this minus 150. Okay, so that's minus 150. Actually, you know what? This seems to be still 300. Yes, there you go. See, I went with the wrong one. Like I said, if you have watched me before, that can easily happen. So this one is 300. I clicked on the wrong one. This one 150. Let's try that. Yeah, that's better. All right, cool. Because now you see what I mean is this is level with the top of the floor. Now the other bit is if I copy the floor up, let me do this quickly because that will happen. By the way, the floor, let me do this 300. So I'm copying this up now, each level, elevate, and we go increment 4, and we do 3.5. Because what I like to explain to you is this. So if I go up here now, yeah, you can see that this is now, that's good because this is 150, and if I copy that up after, it will land here another 150, and then we have the same thickness of 300 here and 300 for those diagonal beams. Yeah, that'll be perfect. Okay, next step is we draw another one from here. Let me just pick this one. All right, 3D. Yeah, that's looking good already. There you go. Now, what I do is I will turn off the floor slabs. It's easier to explain. And I move a little bit this way. So what we have to do is next, you can see I did, yeah, look, you gotta be careful if you do that. Oh yeah, I know what happens. I'll show you. So if I go in here, it's one of them selected. Because the frames, yeah, it's an offset of 50 obviously. So the 50 is sticking out at the moment. So what you can do is you can go here and go minus 50. And the panel will go this way. Let me do the same with this one. Looking great, very nice. Next step, floors off. And then we start altering this little triangle here. So what you do is we select this one and you go edit. And then you just zoom in a little bit more. And here you gotta move this back. Use that one. And we move this back a little bit. Yeah, there you go, perfect. You select this one, delete, don't need it. You select the piece of glass, don't need it, delete, that's good, exit, and we do the same on this one. Okay, exit. So you can see that one is fairly easy. So you've got this now, and we have that corner piece done. The next one I want to do is add, where's my little image? I want to add another curtain wall with those stories. For this I did prepare one. I take this one, I just take the attributes and go in here. So what I did is, if you look at the scheme now, it's 3.5 4 times. Okay, maybe I can go a bit bigger. Yeah, there you go. So I got 300 and 500 at the top, 300, 500. You just do this so that makes obviously 4 levels, each at 3.5. You keep them at fixed size. Make sure you give it a, if you click on it, make sure you give it actually, hang on a second, panels are here. Make sure you give it a glass material, which I have here. Kept it art glass 3, that's fine. Main panel, art glass 2. You know what, we keep it the same. We don't really need anything different. 3 and 3. Perfect. So, oh yeah, and obviously again 1400. And we do have current story. Yep, excellent. And I put them on, instead of frames, put them on windows. Let me go around now. Okay, and continues. So what I like to do is we go here and we click. Alright, let us have a look in 3D. There you go, that's looking good already. Okay, again, you know, if the slab is not perfect, I'm just doing a tutorial, you obviously have to adjust the slab, you know, if it needs to go a little bit further inside, but for now, tutorial, this is just fine. Great, now the next piece is actually a bit harder because we have to get a diagonal piece down along here. And we do have to cut off all this what we have here. Now to do this, I use the morph tool. Alright, let me go and use A1 from the side on, there you go. And I create now a couple of morphs to actually cut this. So the first one I like to do is you go to the morph and I probably use a glass because then we can see what's going on. That's a good idea. And I put it on a cutting layer, cutting elements. All right. Now, where do I want to cut it off? I want to cut it off pretty much in the middle here, like that. So I'm going from here. All right, so in 3D, it's obviously drawn this at the section position. So make a little bit of a thickness first. Great, and then we move this. That's all good. So what I do is I mirror a copy now. Okay, and you go just in the middle here of the slab as example. You can use that middle too, but I just do the slab. There you go. Okay, cool. So we got this. We should be able to now cut our curtain wall off that's inside. What I do is, let me select this one. You just turn around a bit in this case. Or you do it in the ground floor, it's fine. I'm just in 3D so you can see what's happening. Okay, so that's selected. And now let me select the two morphs and you hit F5. Okay, so we only got this. So we should be able to cut this off now. So let me go and we use solid element operation. So take this one, target, and those two we use as operator. Subtraction is correct and we go execute. Okay, that's looking good because if I turn off now the layer, I can do that quickly. Right click, layers, hide. That looks okay, doesn't it? All right, let's have a look in 3D from with all the layers on. There we go. And I've got the layer combination, export. Perfect, there you go. Okay, all right, next let's do the corner piece. Let me go back here and we do go, I think we go to export now because I don't really need those morph elements at the moment. And let me turn off the floor. So what I do is actually working and we copy this, we do a new one, paste in floor off. Okay, so cutting elements off and floor off, update. All right, so you take the attribute of this one here. There we go. You hold down Alt and click. Now next we do this corner piece. The problem we have at the moment, we can't see where those two diagonal columns actually intersect. So if you go up, this is a level 1. We go up to level 2, level 3. See, they're coming closer together. And level 4 doesn't show because the cutting plane is too high up. So what I suggest is this, we just go down one level and all we do is we draw a line and from the middle we draw another one. There we go. Select this one and we can select this one too. Let's just cut this and we go down to the level 1. Paste it in. Great. And we mirror copy, because then we can start drawing this piece. Mirror copy. There you go. So let's go back to the curtain wall, make sure, shift click, and we then have a look. Yeah, that's exactly right. So let's try and draw this, and we'll see what happens. Okay, let's have a look where they are. See, that's not too bad actually. Great. Now you can see obviously we got way too many divisions. The first thing I want to do is reduce that. And we got, how many we got in here? We got divisions 28. Yeah, that's a long way. Let's go divided by 4, 7. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, it's actually not bad. We could, yeah, look, we leave it at 7. That's fine for now. Now, what we do is we can actually move this now forward to this corner, because then I can slant this that way. To do this, we just select this, and this is the middle there, so you drag. Let me drag this for now there. Let's see how that looks. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. So you can now slant this back. There we go. All right, cool. Select it still, so you click and hold, and with this one here, we can go, let me look, there we go. There. Okay, so you have this now. Not too bad actually, that is pretty good. Now you notice that obviously they don't line up. Can you see this? Obviously because it's going on an angle. So if I look at this at my section or elevation, a little bit off. Right, so you can see, unfortunately I have this in the way. Let me turn that one off too, which is the frame. Okay, so you can see they unfortunately don't, you know, it's clearly because on an angle it is a longer piece. So what I like you to do is this. We actually select this. Then we open this and we extend that a little bit. So let me do, instead of 3, you know, 3, let me do 3 100. Okay. That's pure coincidence that this fits so well. Okay, it's not quite 100%, but look, I'm very happy with that. But saying that, the ones that are not exactly right, you can obviously still edit them. So what you do is, it's still selected some editing here, and that's exactly the same as before. All you have to do is you select those there, and then you just drag them up. You can drag them actually up straight here. You know, they should. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, a little bit too much, but look, that's okay for this tutorial. I think that looks good enough. So let's exit mode and let's have a look in 3D. So that's the way it looks in 3D at the moment. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Quite like that actually. Next step is, again, as before, you just use the solid element operation. Okay, this is one of the files I prepared earlier. You can see everything is now cut off. The only thing I had to do is I had to draw an extra morph element, which is this one here. Let me just drag this up just to show you. Okay, cool. The next bit we have to do, actually I'll show you quickly the layers, working layers. So you see I just used them to cut that off. Okay, that's the next step file I created beforehand. Now all I did on the other 3 corners is the same as I showed you before. Make sure you select the outer curtain wall and just do what I did. Delete them, move them back, then you have the 4 corners ready. And the next step is I selected that slanted corner curtain wall. Make sure you also turn on all the SEO cutting elements you did use to actually cut that little corner off. Then you can mirror copy to the other side, and after that you select both of the corners and again mirror those two corners to the other side. Okay, that's why this looks like this, that I have now 4 morph operations. Great. Now the big question comes, can I copy this up and rotate? Copy up is easy, but can I rotate it? Because that would be really cool. So what I like to do is, let me go here and I select everything. Actually, you know what? Make sure that I got everything and go a bit higher up. Yeah, okay, that's good. Now I will copy, elevate and copy, set home story by elevation. I do an increment. I only want 1 copy and I click OK. We go up, but instead of 14, let's make it 20. All right, so now it's easier to select. There we go. I just have to elevate it down by 6 meters. Now got this selected, you go and look at the face straight away. Oh, actually, you know what? I really like this view here. Instead of perspective, we go parallel, elevation, look that way. Let's have a look. It's still selected, so you can just go now, rotate, move, rotate. You know, click, it would be nice in the middle. I think that could be actually quite good. So click there, over here, and okay, everything is still selected. So if I rotate now, let's see what happens. I go rotate, click somewhere here, click there, and it's not gonna work. And the reason is we have selected the slabs. Okay, let me turn the slabs off. There we go. Now we try this again. So we rotate. Well, there we go. Just make sure it's 180 degrees. Now obviously it won't be exactly right, so we have to move this now. Let's see how that looks. Export. Alright, obviously the slabs, I do understand the slabs didn't really work. That's fair enough, not a problem at all. But you see the other bit works, which is excellent. Okay, let me just fix up those slabs quickly and then we continue. That's awesome. Now, next step is, how many floors do we have? Let's have a look. So we need to build 1, 2, 3, 3.5, but I copy 4 up. Make sure the morphing elements are on before you copy this up. Use the multiply tool. We elevate 4, we said, that's right, 3.5, make it 4. Set home story by elevation, yes. And elevate, yep, good. So you click somewhere here and you elevate, and you can see 14 times 2 is 28. So you have to go to 28. 28. All right, that's pretty cool. Okay, and you see there's 1 story too many. That's very simple. You just go working. You just delete it. Okay, to finish the tower off, I just added a curtain wall at the bottom and some columns, as you can see, which looks like this in 3D. So I think that's pretty good. It looks very similar to the Hearst tower, and yeah, I quite like it actually. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and there's a lot more to come this year. See you back soon. Bye for now.